Hi, are you curious what are the best master plan communities or the best neighborhoods in Greater Houston? Well, today we're going to be covering just that. In this video, we are featuring Kingwood, Willis, and Montgomery, and I'm going to share with you the best neighborhoods in each city if you are looking for the best amenities. So hi, my name is Jordan Shalacy, broker, owner of Joe & Co. And my goal here at Joe & Co. isn't just to be your realtor, but to be your resource. And so one of these wonderful resources that I'm going to be sharing with you is my website. So we are going to head over to the Joe & Co. website. Sorry about that. I got a phone call and there's a pause button over here. How cool. So we are going to jump on the Joe & Co. website, which is actually on the left and right side of the screen. So we have our YouTube channel, which you're probably sitting on right now, and we have our website, and we have a handful of other resources that I'm going to go through them with you. I will go through them with you at the end of the video, but let's go ahead and look at this blog post. So on the left side is the Joe & Co. website, and everything I'm going to be talking about is going to be linked down below. So if you wanted to go to the website, you could use this little search button, or you can just follow one of the links down below. So this is a blog post that we're going to be referencing today. This is actually part 3 in a 7-part series. So I break down all of Houston, and I have a little sticky note with my little cheat sheet of which neighborhoods we're covering, or which cities we're covering in this particular part. So the very first one we're covering is Kingwood. So Kingwood has multiple villages, but we are going to cover 3 really popular villages. If you don't know where Kingwood is, it's northeast of Houston, Texas, and you can see it here on the map. It's this red outline. So it is a city and a master plan community. So you can see how big it is. Part of it borders Lake Houston. So I wanted to do a little bit of digging for y'all. So Kingwood is 14,000 acres, and most of it's in Harris County, a small portion in Montgomery County, and it's known as the Livable Forest. It's the second largest master plan community within the 10 county that make up Houston, the Sugar Land, and the Woodlands metropolis area. And it does have the San Jacinto River running down one portion, or running through it. And so it has been known to be I can't talk. There has been some flooding. So it was originally owned by a lumber company, and I think that's really cool, and was developed between King Ranch, hence Kingwood, and Friendswood. So Kingwood, it comes from King Ranch and Friendswood Development Company, which is an Exxon subsidiary. I can't talk today. So just really cool history. It was developed about the same time as the Woodlands. So in the 60s, ended up, so it is mostly uncorporated, making them uncorporated, but it's now been incorporated. I know my stuff, but this is confusing me. So lots of good information here on the internet. The 3 villages that I think have the best amenities and are the nicest are going to be Kings Point. They have a swimming pool, 2 ponds, and greenbelt trails for biking and hiking. So here is their HOA website, and besides the minor flooding, it's a very neat community. It's, in my opinion, it's not quite on the same level as the Woodlands, but it's very affordable, making it a really good choice if you want more for your money. So I think Kingwood and Klein, so Klein is a portion of Spring, Kingwood and Klein are going to be the 2 areas where you get the most for your money. So there's a couple different features on this website. So the lakes are being featured. So tons of trees, tons of lakes. That is Kings Point. And then next is King's Forest. So they have a community pool, a meeting room, and they also have the green belt trails for hiking and biking. So established in 1971. Here are some of the trail pictures and a creek picture. So most of Kingwood has good schools, especially the newer areas of Kingwood. There are some schools in that area that aren't as good, so I think it's really important for you to look at school ratings. If you have never looked up school ratings before, I definitely recommend pulling from HAR.com, so I don't recommend niche rating system or greatschools.org. I personally reference only the Texas Education Agency because that is non-biased, and honestly the only rating system, my computer doesn't like me, the only rating system that I recommend clients use. So I was going to pull up a house for y'all and show you how to find the ratings. I think this is very important to know, and it will definitely open your eyes. The computer does not like me today. So again, there's a handful of villages in the Woodlands, and sort by SN. There we go. So as you can see, really good value in Kingwood. 100% does not like me. We'll just scroll down. So here's a $575,000 house on Beaver Lodge. That's so funny. Okay, so now if you scroll all the way down, this is so funny, I feel like. Let's see here. Scroll all the way down. There's extra information. It's distracting me. There is going to be a section for schools and school ratings. And so here you can see Willow Creek Elementary School has an A rating, Riverwood Middle School has an A rating, and Kingwood High School has an A rating. So my luck, I'm going to grab the best house in the best neighborhood. So what's really cool about this is you can look at what percentage is economically disadvantaged. So this home is in a very good area of Kingwood. So definitely a really good one, and it's still available if you're looking for a house. So this is in Kings Point. So Kings Point has really good schools. This one is in Kings Forest, so I can show y'all what those schools look like as well. So here we're seeing B-rated schools, which I still like B-rated schools. The only schools that I stay away from are C or D, obviously. So Bear Branch is A-rated as well. And you're looking at 14% economically disadvantaged, which I find satisfaction in that. It definitely does not bother me. And then the high school and middle school are B rated. So Kingwood Park and Kingwood High School are good schools. But I definitely recommend using this rating system. So let's see if we can find one in Royal Brook. So I haven't gone over Royal Brook yet, but Royal Brook is the newest village of Kingwood. So we have Kingwood West, which is obviously newer as well. It's the weekend. Can you hear? Lincoln's home, Daddy's home. So here's one in Royal Brook. So I was going to look up this address. This is 3307 Sterling. My website's easier to navigate, but I don't have the school ratings on there. I have the schools, but not the rating system. So when you click on the name of the school, it just takes you to more listings that are zoned to that school. So this property has all B-rated schools, so that's definitely something to take note of. But all three communities on this list have really good school options. And let's see, so in Royal Brook, let's exit out of this. So we went over this one. So in Royal Brook, this is going to be your newest village of Kingwood. And so they have a lot of interactive features, essentially trying to sell this neighborhood. So really, this is like the entrance of the community, really pretty. You can look at model homes. So you have Lennar, Village Builders, J. Patrick, Tri-Point Patio Homes. I love Tri-Point Patio Homes. Tri-Point and Village Builders are really good options. So I think you can we go into the house? I assume you can, maybe you can't, but then we're gonna go back again. So here is the Recreational Center. So because this is the newest, it's definitely gonna be my favorite. The front of the Recreational Center. Let's see the interior, really, really pretty. So Recreation Center with clubhouse, competition, swimming pool, trails, and nature preserves, playgrounds, and a massive park. So here's a kiddie pool, and there's a playground and the swimming pool, and here's that playground. So super cool. I think my son loves this slide. My husband has taken him here before when I'm showing houses. So that is Kingwood. Those are going to be the 3 villages that I recommend in Kingwood. And next is going to be Montgomery, but I was going to click on, so on my website, so on the blog post, you'll be able to see, like, these are all the Kings Point listings that are active right now. Here are the King's Forest listings that are active right now. Really pretty greenery. And then we have the Royal Brook listings that are active right now. So I might sneeze in a second, I apologize. But really good options in Kingwood. Hopefully I don't exit out on everything. Okay, so, oh, I did exit out. So the the Montgomery communities we're going to cover, the first one being Woodforest. If you have not checked out Woodforest, this is definitely one of my favorite communities. I've been showing houses all day and had it dressed up, and now we're down to a sweater. This is like, I know it doesn't look like anything, but this is a brand new sweater and I'm in love with it. It's the most comfortable sweater I've ever worn. I love it. So it's at Who Wore What? We Wore What? We Wore What is the brand, and it is my new favorite sweater. So the cool thing about Woodforest is it has beautiful amenities, and I've talked about this before on the channel. As you know, I have a zillion videos and I talk about Woodforest all the time. I've done a golf cart tour. I was gonna show y'all. So these are all of the videos that I've done, and there are so many of them. That's only 7 months worth, but tons of videos. But you can actually search on the channel and see which ones that I've done about Woodforest. So definitely done a handful of videos about Woodforest. So this is a really good starting point if you are curious about Woodforest. I've even toured a whole bunch of the model homes. Some of them I have toured from a long time ago, probably aren't like available anymore, but definitely a ton of videos about Woodforest. And I adore Woodforest. So you have Chesmar, David Weekley, Perry, Lennar, Highland Homes, Wendell Legacy, Taylor Morrison, and Weston. I think that's, oh, Huntington Homes, Jeff Paul, and Tipler. So those, but the amenities, let's see if we can just click the button for amenities. So we're down here at this Montgomery list. Whoops. Computer doesn't like us. So resort style swimming pool, water park, splash pad, tennis courts, basketball court, soccer fields, golf club, parks, playgrounds, trails, plaza, and picnic area. So this is Forest Island. So this is the 16-acre tennis and aquatic center right in the middle of Woodforest. Here we do, in Woodforest, there is a golf club and country club, tons of parks and trails. This park is one of my favorites. I have filmed it before. It is so stinking cute. I would love to be there. There's a sportsplex. The Palm is a brand new amenity center. It's like a clubhouse with a lounge and event center in it. Here is a map of the community, which I think is really cool. So this is something you can download. It is a rather large community, but very, like, it definitely has that sense of community. People are very friendly. There are 2 higher end sections. So you have Noble Greens, where the homes are like in the 700s. I feel like they started in the 500s. And then you have Pine Island with 2 sections. You have the Village District and what is the other one? And the Estate District. So homes in the 900s and 1 million plus with custom options for both. So I really do adore Woodforest. I think it is an amazing community. The only negative is that you're not right next to the airport, but you definitely have tons of options right outside your front door. It only takes you, so 3 mile, 5 mile, 7. So you are just right on top of the Woodlands. This is the back of the Woodlands. So this whole, well, this whole big old shape right here is all the Woodlands. There's a couple places that aren't the Woodlands, like Shenandoah snuck in there, but all of this is the Woodlands, and you are just 5 minutes from the back of the Woodlands. So there's a Target back here. You can take Research Forest all the way in. You can take 1488 all the way in. This only takes about 10 or 12 minutes to get to the front. and probably about 15 to 20 minutes to get to the front of the Woodlands. But you're at the back. You have Trader Joe's right here. Is that the intersection? I think that is. You have Trader Joe's right here, more grocery stores. There is tons of shopping all throughout the Woodlands all the way to the front, but you definitely have Pine Market, which is a new grocery store. They're actually more than a grocery store. Schools are really good. So part of the community is Conroe ISD and part of it is Montgomery ISD. So Conroe ISD has Stewart Elementary, Pete Junior High, and Conroe High School. I believe those are all A-rated. The elementary school might be those are all B-rated. The elementary school might be an A, but really beautiful schooling options. The only negative is the high school is a little bit of a trek away from the neighborhood. But then you also have the Montgomery ISD side. So you have Lone Star Elementary, Oaks Hills Junior High, and Lake Creek High School, which is brand new, 2018. But what I love about Montgomery is you're going to get A-rated schools, but everything is a really good buy in Woodforest. I think the equity growth the community has seen over the last 5 years is insane. Homes hit the market and they sell really fast with multiple offers, so it's definitely a little bit of a competitive neighborhood. But once the construction is done, it's even going to be a little more competitive, so that's a little crazy. But I really like it. The amenities are great. The thing I was trying to spit out was low tax rate. So it is a new construction neighborhood with probably the lowest tax rate out of any other communities. So I definitely think it's a good option for affordability, so you can afford more home for the same mortgage payment because you're paying less in taxes. So that's some of the reasons why I love Woodforest. There are 55 homes on the market right now in Woodforest, from new construction to homes that were there in the very beginning. So swimming pools. There are a handful of houses right now. I think a client just sent me 2 that they want me to check out. So Woodforest is a really good option if you want to be in Montgomery or close to the back of the Woodlands. So the second community that we're going to be covering, I think it's Bentwater. Yep, it's Bentwater. So this is a country club driven community. So you must belong to the country club. So golf course, country club, marina, I think there's a yacht club, tennis courts, kiddie pool, jacuzzi, spa, and fitness center. So that is Bentwater. Bentwater is beautiful. I don't think I've ever shown this to y'all before, but I wonder. Oh, I can click. Oh, there we go. So this website is so stinking cool. It's really interactive as well. So there's homes on the water and homes not on the water. You can get 300s all the way up to, probably about 5 million in here. So they really have something for everyone. This is probably one of the most beautiful golf courses I've ever seen. I don't know of very many lakeside golf courses, so it's definitely a treat here in Montgomery and in the Houston area. So tennis courts, the clubhouse, just a really beautiful community with something for everyone, no matter your stage of life. I was going to see where I could find, so you could stay there. I was trying to find like a list of amenities, even though I mentioned them already. And you can tour around, like they have that interactive 3D map thing, but that's Bentwater. So higher end homes are typically the bulk of the neighborhood, but you can see we have 382, 625, 733. Just have to keep in mind HOA fees are going to be a little bit higher than other communities because it has so much to offer. So you can see 9 tennis courts, clubhouse dining, both formal and casual. I was going to tell y'all, what was the last thing I wanted to tell you? So all Montgomery ISD schools, I personally adore Montgomery ISD. Oh, I was going to try to remember the exact HOA fee. So I would say social, here we go. So $10.91 in real HOA fees, and then you have at a minimum a social membership fee, and I can email that to you if you are curious about the fee schedule. So I have it from last year, which I don't think they went up for this year. So, but I'd have to double check that for y'all. But that is Bentwater. So the last community in Montgomery is going to be Crown Ranch. So they have trails, parks, recreational center, playgrounds, tennis courts, a splash pad, and a swimming pool. So this is their website. It is a gated community. I was trying to see if we could learn anything else about it. It's just south of Blue Jack National, and so I really was debating adding Blue Jack National to this list. They are not on this list, but I definitely think they belong on this list. It is probably the most beautiful community I've ever been in my whole entire life. It also has a golf course, and it's just, yeah, those Tiger Woods. So super, super cool swimming pool, lake, splash pad, the field there. I'm trying to see if we can pull a list of amenities. So Sunday homes, cottages, suites, lake villa, Blue Jack Builders. Let's see if we can. So here is what's being offered in Crown Ranch right now, and then we'll do Blue Jack National. So this is seriously one of the most beautiful homes ever. So this is a really pretty listing in there. Front door, like, it's just so pretty. There's so many things on this listing that I want to do in my home. I just think it's to die for. I'm in love with this color of cabinets right now. I wish so bad I could have these cabinets in my house. I just don't think it's realistic for us right now, but really pretty house. So, but yeah, Blue Jack National is one of my favorite communities in all of Montgomery. So here is a $3.7 million house, a 2.9, so just beyond beautiful. Yeah. So here are pictures of amenities. Well, yes. So basketball court, baseball field, clubhouse, fire pit, the docks, paddle boats, canoes. There is the lazy river, so I'm definitely going to have to add this to, I think that's in their house, but I'm definitely going to have to add this to the list. So Blue Jack National is definitely another top. So that is Montgomery, and next we are going to move over to Willis. So there is one really, really amazing community in Willis. It's called the Woodlands Hills. It is the same developer as the Woodlands, and I forgot to pull this one up for y'all. But the Woodlands Hills is just north of the Woodlands, north of Conroe, north of Houston. I can show you where you can find this community right off of 830. So it's just right here east of Lake Conroe. So if you're looking for a community not too far from the lake, this could be a really option for you. I have a client that was asking about lake, like they don't want to be too far from the lake, so I definitely should recommend this community to them. I totally forgot how close it was to the lake. I just, in my brain, it's always north of everything, but you forget sometimes that you can also go east. So the Woodlands Hills, like I said, same developer as the Woodlands. This is definitely an up-and-coming community. It was a little slow to build, but so many people are okay with being a little bit farther away from town. I have done some videos in this community before, not a lot. Let's see what we have in here. So I think I just have these top two. So those are some really good ones to check out if you want to see what the community looks like. But amenities, I'm going to pull up the amenities for y'all. Where are we? So we already did this one. We talked about houses in Crown Ranch and Blue Jack National. And so you can see the amenities here. This is one of the coolest community spots up here just because everything is all right together. There's a dog park, the playground. So this is a 7-acre village that you're seeing behind this shaded out portion. The tennis courts, the lap pool, and then the resort style swimming pool and the playground. And this, I love the terrain here in the Woodlands Hills. The trees are beautiful. They did some building up of the amenities, so they're really cute. They have the event lawn, they have a fitness center, event space, tennis courts, a pool. These are some really cute pictures that were taken in the community. So as you can see, people love to spend time outside in this neighborhood.
I wish I could pull up the event calendar. I don't know if it's public. There we go. So the last one was the Harvest Hills, but that's not necessarily a community event. Aren't those colors just beyond beautiful? So really, really lovely community. I think I covered everything. Yes, I did. So I'll go ahead and jump over and show you a handful of homes for sale in the Woodlands Hills. So you're definitely getting the 300s, probably up to $1 million. I'm not quite sure if they have any right now for $1 million. But up to 800,000 is what we're seeing right this second. But the Woodlands Hills, it will take you, let's see how long it takes to get into Houston. Most people don't want to be this far away from Houston. I think there are a handful of other options, but if you are needing to make the commute into Houston, it's only 48 minutes. So that could be a really cool option for you if you kind of want to be out of the city, if you're only part-time commuting, if you're remote working. So not a bad drive at all. So those are the 3 cities and the handfuls of communities that we're featuring for this blog post, which was Neighborhoods in Greater Houston with the Best Amenities, featuring Kingwood, Willis, and Montgomery. So again, my name is George Lacey. My brokerage is Joe & Co. And I love helping people. So it's definitely my mission to not just be a realtor, but to be a resource. And so ways we do that, we have the YouTube channel with 500 or so videos, and then we have the blog. So we are over on the blog, but there are tons of amazing resources on the blog, and I really hope you get a chance to check it out. So if you're interested in if you are interested in the Woodlands, we also have wishilivedhere.com. This is a website with a sole focus on the Woodlands, so it is a really cool place to interact. And if you're looking for homes, please check out search.byjoeandco.com. That is our home search website. We also have tons of ebooks and relocation guides, so those are also really good resources for you. My favorite one is The Best Neighborhoods to Let Kids Be Kids. I also have an ebook comparing Spring to the Woodlands because sometimes people don't understand the difference. So just Spring is a really big city, y'all, and there's lots to know about it. So we have a handful of relocation guides, and those are really good starting points. 2 of my favorite things I like to share with people are these blog posts under the category First Visit. So if I remember, I'm going to put the actual link down below. So I have created blog posts for exactly what it sounds like, your first visit to Tomball, Cypress, Sugarland, Katy, and then the Spring Woodlands Klein area. So these are my favorite resources to share with people. These used to be emails that I sent out to clients that are discovering the area for the first time. And then eventually I just had to make it into a blog post because so many people were needing it. The cool thing about it is there's open house links. So if you are not ready to buy, but you still want to dip your toes in the water, open houses are a really good starting point for you. So those I definitely recommend checking out. So that's First Visit. That's a category on the blog. The second one I think you should check out is family-friendly and kid-friendly neighborhoods. So I think no matter what stage of life, whether you have kids or not, there is a community for you, and just because you don't have kids doesn't mean you don't belong in one of these communities. The reason why I use that label is because these communities have really good amenities and they're A-rated schools. So these are my favorite lists. These are my go-to if someone kind of has no idea where to start, but maybe they heard of Spring or Klein or the Woodlands. We also have Cypress, Katy, Conroe, Magnolia, and Tomball. So all of these lists besides Conroe and Magnolia feature A-rated schools. Magnolia and Conroe only have B-rated schools as their highest rating, so I featured B-rated schools. So you could do the Cypress one, you just click on it. I have done all the research for you. I really think this is really good for y'all. So this is a list of all the A-rated elementary schools, and so I, as a mother, would want to make sure my kids go to an A-rated school, sometimes B's, but obviously who doesn't want the best? So these are all A-rated schools, and then I pulled the neighborhoods that are the most popular and called them my favorites. And if you're curious what the next step is, that's going to be jumping on a call with me or sending me an email. Those are the 2 best ways to get what you need. So I love to answer your questions, and the only way I can give you concentrated attention is if you schedule a tiny bit of time with me or reach out to me via an email. I really do love helping people, but I have kids and they're crazy, and so it's good if I have focus time for just you and me, and I will make sure they're not running rampant around me. So George Lacey, Joe & Co. In a second, there's going to be a couple videos that pop up right here, and if you look down below, you're going to find all these links, including the local map. So normally, I have my contacts. Normally I have the local maps on me and I show them to you, but you know what? They're out in the hallway right now. But these local maps are really good. I can even mail them to you. But really, really good resources. So these are all my favorite things to do in the Woodlands. Here is south of the Woodlands, so the Klein area, and then we have north of the Woodlands, North Montgomery County. So a lot of these communities could have been on that list. So there are some really good communities here. If it's blue or teal or whatever, greenish, minty color, if it's a mint color, then it has a golf course in it. So that's really cool. And then a map of all of Houston. So George Lacey, Joe & Co. I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye guys. Have a good day.